all the way out, all the way in. I need you to take me all the way out, all the way in. I want you to break me all the way down, all the way in. I need you to break me all the way down, all the way in. All the way in, all the way down, all the way in, all the way down, all the way in, all the way down, all the way in. 'Cause everything up to now couldn't feel it, and everything up to now couldn't hear it. 'Cause everything up to now couldn't feel it, and everything up to now couldn't feel it, and everything up to now couldn't feel it, and everything up to now, and everything up to now.
Hello, welcome, hola, and bienvenue to the third official episode of the Desmond Gillick Variety Half Hour, radiating out from WHRW 90.5 FM, Channel 213, State University of New York at Binghamton, hosted by yours truly, Evan Becky Dodecker Clift. Thank you, Nick Elward or Nelward, for the introductory song All the Way In, off of the 2020 album Eat Your Dreams. Have we got a show lined up for you today, folks? First, a fresh, hot off the presses radio drama created in-house, never before heard. Later, we'll have the interview and joke segment with special guest Hatim the Husainy and listeners like you who will be able to call in and share your own jokes you've found amusing throughout your tenure of life. Our third radio play is a noir with one of those detective characters called Whitney Gray. Enjoy and be safe out there. Hit it, Max. My name is Whitney Gray, and I'd like to recite a few things to you. See, when I was a boy, my father had a very stern hand. If I reached too far, I would receive the hand. If I stepped out of line, the hand. Stood too tall, the hand. Not tall enough, the hand. Trust too much, the hand. Love too deep, the hand. My line of work now reflects a tragedy of errors, the verdict of a crippled man who lost his grip on every outstretched olive branch. In these situations, a man becomes desperate, but a man becomes strong. See, my pops anticipated this. Whether my life now is a result of his teaching or not, I can't say for sure, but I am prepared for this life because of his teaching. For that, I must thank my father. I'm a detective in Ellisville. Dirty city, as all are, but I can't complain. I grew up as a country boy in the Midwest, from seedling to sapling, and once I reached maturity, I had to leave the old farm, so now I'm here. In the barn, I would read romantic tales, old detective stories of hard-boiled, stone-faced, middle-aged men with trench coats and fedoras all in black and white, wishing for cases so cut and dry. Being a detective in this day and age is much harder. Cigarettes are harder to come by, more hazardous to health, that is, if Mr. Surgeon General is to be trusted. I know not to trust too much, lest my heart get caught up in my cases. This line of work accounts for disposable interest, nothing else. I don't determine guilt, just the price. The Hutchinson Detective Agency was once prodigious with an exemplary detective, not Mr. Hutchinson, mind you, but an unamusing young man that took the throne in the investigatorial world. He was our king, our god. Thing is, he did one thing very unlike a god. He died. And now the agency is nothing more than a brick-and-mortar grave, its employees turned into paranoid paranormalists watching lightning flashes for stories in Morse code. I can't say I feel particularly sane, considering I come back here every day, a career of death, nowhere else to call home. I don't have the drive to live up to our legend, but I'm most definitely not content where I am now. See, I'm in a bit of a jam, and it would certainly stay that way had I not received a letter of utmost concern this morning, its envelope only marked with a single name, mine, Whitney. 'Twas a challenge to a game of poker. Fine enough, anyone outside the agency would think. However, in the investigatorial world, the words inside might as well have contained fast-acting poison, springing from the page and choking your heart. It was a death sentence, the same handwriting used in every letter like this. I'm sure you could figure it by now, but our local legend was the first one to receive such a letter, and none who've received similar since have survived either. He was a good boy, never inspired me much though, just depressed me when he died. The poker game was tomorrow, at the Phoenix Bright Casino, and I didn't need a return address to know that this message came straight from the game killers. Only ever robbed casinos up and down, taking lives of innocents and investigators all the same. I could have reported it to the feds, sure, but there was something on my mind, something only I and I alone could get answers to. I'm not quite like those other detectives in the books. I love this rain. When the afternoon petrichor strikes my nose, it makes me think of every other time it's rained. Nice days and unkind days alike. In truth, I believe rain is a great giver, a god in itself. I don't view it as a destructor, although now if it were to serve that purpose it would do so quite well. See, I was now at the casino, and the time had just come to 9 o'clock. My body felt mighty heavy as I walked through those doors. You're listening to WHRW 90.5 FM, Binghamton's Desmond Gillick Variety Hour, hosted by Evan Clift. The Desmond Gillick Variety Hour, new radio plays every Thursday at 4. Back to the programming. I had no idea what the game killers looked like, nor did I have the intention to find out. If I had the chance, though, I was carrying that boy's name, the roaming spirit. It was Anthony DeCate. It felt sick to me only knowing his name. There were so many other victims, and I only bothered to care about him much as I did. I only cared about his name, the idea of him. Even that was dim. There was something else pushing me forward to the table in the corner, reserved for a certain Whitney Gray, I'm told. "You're Mr. Whitney?" the dealer asked. "I'm Mr. Gray," I said. "The investigator?" the dealer asked. 3 unfamiliar men sat down close on my sides. "Detective Whitney Gray, Hutchinson Detective Agency," I said. "Now isn't that wonderful," the dealer said. "Why do you do this?" I asked. "Why so careless?" "I'm looking to die, Mr. Gray," the dealer said as he flicked our cards. "See, life is a gamble, and I'm going all in every time and just can't seem to lose any one of my chips. You're a betting man." He snickered, a glimmer in his eye. "You put up your life coming in here. You expecting to lose, ain't ya? It's no good when 2 men are both playing to lose, my friend." He forced a wink. "That way at least 1 man is forced to win." I had my pocket aces, no chips. No, more like 5 chips at this table. "I fold," the man to my left said. "Quick draw." The dealer unholstered a pistol from somewhere and thrust a hole through the man's heart. Panic thundered throughout the building, and the 2 men to my right tried to run away too. The dealer sent 2 shots to the back, and then there were 2 chips left. "Friends of yours?" I asked. "I ain't got no friends no more," he said. "You're doing well, Mr. Gray. It takes a strong-willed man not to flinch." "I've got a good hand," I said. "Is it a fast one, Mr. Gray?" he asked. "Ah, Mr. Gray, you've killed the game. You surely must have a dealer to play," he said. "I don't need one anymore," I said. "You've been nicked good, my friend," he said. "I'm not your friend," I said. "Yet I'm the only one who understands," he said. "I'm sure I'll find a great cosmic understanding beyond this," I said. "You're braver than the boy," he said, desperately trying not to fall from his chair as his suit turned crimson. "He didn't carry, he was a runner." "I'm tired of running," I gasped. You've just listened to the original radio play Whitney Gray. Hope you enjoyed it. Fun fact, that was our first play in dot wave. Next show we'll have a serial sci-fi spectacular called Asunio Black. This one's been in the kitchen for a while now, so we're excited. And now for the interview with our very special guest, Hatim Husainy. You're listening to WHRW 90.5 FM Binghamton, the Desmond Gillick Variety Hour with Evan Clift. We are now open for calls at 607-777-2137. Our first question for Hatim Husainy. Now, I've been champing at the bits to ask this one. I've been thinking of it all week, and I've just been dying to know. Where do you get your ideas from?
It's a pleasure to be here. So, for those not aware, I write for the Happy Medium as a sustainability reporter, and I'm always on the lookout for new deals in science and also going back and looking at old history and how it plays into our modern day. For those who are around, I particularly recommend Climate Town, the YouTube series.
Now, for the listeners who can't see you, who are you? Pitch yourself to the audience so they can get a general gist.
So my name's Hatim Husainy. I'm a college freshman, standing around 5'6", studying political science. I do a little bit of everything. I love to write, and I love investigation, finding out new things about the world from all sorts of different angles.
Okay, got a third and final question. What is your relationship with jokes?
I'd say I'm okay at them. I don't like writing them, but I can tell them just fine.
Well, you don't have to worry about writing any of the jokes today because we have them all specially prepared. You just have to read them. Let's do one joke. I'll perform the first one and demonstrate. I would get off my high horse, but I'm afraid I'll hurt my legs jumping down. How could I ever be subject to such needless pain? I think I'll say stop my stress for the time being. Thank you very much. Now, you take a joke.
All right, here we go. Jokes worthy of any dad. I may be old-fashioned, but I thought the grimace shake was the face you make when you're getting held upside down off a fire escape while watching loose change fall from your pockets and into the scheming hands of some mafia guy named Anthony.
Well, I can understand where your misconception would come from. Okay. Kill him with kindness? Why don't we just, kill him with guns?
Good advice. Let's take a look here. Weed has been legalized in a few states. Unfortunately, domino theory asserts that due to this, we will all be snorting strange white powders within the week.
Now, that's, of course, if you subscribe to domino theory, but maybe some people would beg to differ. Now, they say that George Washington could not tell a lie. Tell that to old Georgie's parents after they caught him hornswoggling and boondoggling past his bedtime.
Crazy. All right. If Herculean tasks are supposed to be challenging, why did Eurystheus give him labors he was good at? It's really easy to kill a big lion when you're the strongest man on the planet. Wouldn't it be more challenging for Hercules to try and, direct a successful stage play with anxious and offbeat comedic children for actors? All right, I admit that is a good one.
Well, we try to have good ones. I like whenever opinion pieces call for ends to foreign conflicts. Like, yeah, Xi Jinping's gonna listen to you. Now, can we put him through? Okay. We have a listener coming in. Former listener, now first-term caller, we have to assume. We've got one more joke from Hatim. Read it.
No love song has ever captured the raw emotion I feel when I bite into a Taco Bell cheesy gordita crunch. But dark ambient music has come the closest.
Okay, we've got our first caller.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you. What's up?
Well, I missed the first half of the show. I was just wondering if you could fill me in on that.
Okay, well, there's this detective character, right? In a noir story he gets a letter challenging him to a game of poker at a local casino. He goes to the casino, and it turns out that this letter has come from a world-renowned, notorious group of serial robbers who hit up casinos all over the world and just do horrible things to innocents and investigators alike. He goes there. He's feeling pretty down about himself, and he's willing to go down with the ship to get rid of these cretinous beasts that scourge the planet. Does that answer your question, Mr. Caller?
Does he do it? Does he win?
It's
That's for you to find out.
It's a bit of a draw.
I have a question for your guest here.
Okay, Hatim.
All right, I'm listening.
What is John's favorite color?
John who?
Final answer?
Okay.
I'm gonna go with green.
Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
Darn.
Well, thank you for calling, Mr. Mysterious No Name. We're going to get back to the jokes now. But if anybody else would like to call, the number is 607-777-2137. Disco is making a comeback. You know what isn't? Indentured servitude. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. All right. So many French citizens speak over 3 languages. Many are fluent in both French and English, and depending on the side of France they live on, they'll also probably speak either German or Spanish. However, I've never seen a Frenchman speak to someone as they would have said something about a euro or perhaps a franc.
Now, what does that mean?
I'm not sure, actually.
Well, I don't exactly know who's in our staff that writes these, but they sure got a sense of humor.
For real.
Asked by the court barber how he wanted his haircut, the king replied in silence.
Speak sense to someone.
It's a money joke.
Donald Trump's ear is surely recovering. You know what's not recovering? The shooter, who in a matter of seconds was turned into a gruesome mass of viscera.
Wow.
But
I guess it's just news, I have to assume. In a year of sequels, Pixar has at last announced The Good Dinosaur 2. Finally, I can't wait to spend even less money than I did the first time. You can't just get rid of a joke. You can't discard a joke. You have to take whatever joke you get and read it.
all right. You've heard of soccer moms, but get ready for football moms. And then I've got a note here. Joke doesn't land in America.
You can't appeal to everybody.
So it goes.
Okay. Gingerbread men live in their gingerbread houses playing gingerbread games. Real men live in their grandmother's basement playing video games.
Truly the peak of masculinity. A joke about bandmen? What a racket.
It might be the most bog standard pun any swamp dweller could come up with.
A classic.
Turns out people don't actually like double chocolate chip cookies that much if you add a hint of fishbowl cleaner. So keep that in mind next time you get a recipe offline.
Good baking
Internet.
advice just in general.
Mm.
None of these so-called Google doctors have been able to diagnose my heart condition.
Mm. Now that's the problem when you shorten words. 100-meter dash in the sun is hot enough. You know what's even hotter? The 100-thermometer dash. Okay, can we put this new caller through?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Hi. I'm, long-time listener, long-time caller. This is not my second time on the air. Listen, I got to say, I appreciate what you're doing. I, much like the first caller, missed the first half of this show. Sorry. I was a little busy, and I would just like to call in and say thank you for doing this. All right.
No problem.
Any questions you have for me while I'm here?
Do Are you liking the show?
It's good. Yeah, from the 3 minutes that I've listened to, it's good.
Well, out of the 3 shows we've done, where does this rank in the top 3 shows?
Is the guest's name Tim, or is it like Hatim?
It's Hatim.
Because so I would probably say it's 2. If his name was just Tim, it would have been number 1. But
really,
Dang, so close.
Sorry
That's
about
your-
that, bud.
you got
But hey,
very
man,
strict
blame your
standards.
parents or blame yourself, unless if you chose to impose the Hatim part of that.
Well, thank you, Mr. Colley.
Of course. And I would like to quickly give a non-call to action. If you enjoy the Desmond Gillick Variety Half Hour as hosted by Evan Clift on WHRW. WHRW, is that the station?
WHRW 90.5 FM Binghamton, you're listening.
That is correct. If you want to listen to the Desmond Gillick Variety Hour as hosted by Desmond Gillick on 91.3 FM.
Yeah, it's a good thing we cut that guy off. Okay, we've got another joke here. Old wives' tales tend to be fictitious. Keep that in mind when she's talking about me.
Good advice. You can never trust mothers, you know. Always looking to stir up gossip. People have more time on their hands than ever these days. Strange. Feels like I've been seeing less watches overall, in spite of that.
Now, I don't think that guy really got the memo. Okay. Fun drinking game. Tell your friends you love them. It's actually quite difficult for some.
Here we go. I went to an AA meeting, but ironically, they only had triple A's.
Battery. A joke about tennis? What a racket.
I swear we've seen that one before. Maybe about badminton. Alphabet, the company responsible for Google and all that other fun stuff, has recently acquired and incorporated Sesame Street, Alphabet Soup, and the ABC's song into its corporate structure and has announced plans to purchase the ABC network in the future.
Well, now that just makes sense.
Truly, the empire is ever growing.
They always tell you to sign here and sign there, but what if I don't feel like it? It's not too much of a joke.
It's been alleged that Whip and Nene rap superstar Silento has sadly, allegedly, murdered his alleged cousins. You know what I think? A scornful crank that killer has come for a rap dance trend revenge.
Soldier Boy, tell him. One day, Mullah Nasruddin heard a knock on his door. He opened the door and found his daughter standing there crying with a bruise on her eye. What happened? Nasruddin asked. She said that she got into a fight with her husband and he beat her. To his, Nasruddin responded by slapping his daughter in the face. He closed the door and quickly called her husband. When he picked up the phone, he told his daughter's husband, "I heard about what you did, but I've had my vengeance. Because you hit my daughter, I slapped your wife. Take that." That Mullah.
Reciprocity. After my postman lost his job as a mail worker, he's taken up blogging. Truly the most productive of all societal positions.
The first serial killer to leave a cryptic note with each letter cut out from a different magazine for the police to find really ruined it for everyone else. Now they had to go out and buy all those expensive magazines about home decorating or cooking or something. None of which are complimentary to basic level serial killing, mind you.
He should have included something that came in the toolbox, you know? All my favorite jokes have wordplay in them. Too bad this one doesn't.
That was a complete failure of a joke for whoever wrote that.
Another classic dad joke.
They're getting fired. Okay. Fat ties are rapidly disappearing from outfits everywhere as Ozempic tightens its stranglehold around the neck of the fashion industry.
Another death to the skinnying epidemic.
This is a big one, it seems.
I suspect my local hardware store may also run a burlesque show on the side. I just bought some screws from them, and they had already stripped.
Okay, we only have a few minutes left, so we'll do a couple more jokes. The ancient Greeks may no longer be with us, but the resounding impact of their views on male anatomy should be felt. The ancient Greeks may no longer be with us, but the resounding impact of their views on male anatomy shall be felt forever.
They did make some pretty cool statues.
Mm-hmm.
I came, I saw, and I performed within reason.
You know, you don't always have to exceed expectations. Okay. Recently, United States Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell announced that to combat rising inflation, the Fed would be slashing interest rates. Hey, Jerome, add me to the list of slashed interest after you took so long to get to the point. Okay, we'll do one more joke.
All right, here we go. The end of
This is
the
going to be a
line.
good one. What is it?
Do you think Shakespeare ever got Parkinson's?
Oh, no, wouldn't that just be some cruel cosmic irony? I believe you've just been entertained by WHRW 90.5 FM Binghamton's Desmond Gillick Variety Hour, hosted by Evan Clift, Thursdays at 4. We'll be taking off next week for Rosh Hashanah, but on the 10th, we'll have our best show yet. Thank you, special guest Hatim Husainy. Do you have any closing remarks for our listeners?
Stay curious. It was a pleasure to be here.
Now, have a good night, folks, and drive safe. Very special thanks to you, Hatim, for making this such a special show. Goodbye, everybody.
Good night out there.